I'm Terry Bennett, the Executive Director for the Bridge of Tiftaria. Over the years, many women have come through the Tiftaria House of Hope, each one with their own story, each one with their own hurts, their own needs, and each one coming to us for different reasons. But when they do, when they come to us, we want to offer them hope without judgment. Today, we want to share a story of someone who came through our house this year, and her name is Sabrina. My first impression of Sabrina is interesting. She came to us in a police car, and when they took her out of the car, she was in shackles. That was a first for me. I wasn't quite sure what to do with that, and I began to silently pray, oh God, help us to help her. But I knew in my heart that she was in the right place.
I taught with Sabrina. My first impression was she was chatty Cathy. She was real talkative, but I loved it. I talked with her and done an interview with her over the phone while she was actually in jail. And she was very eager to, of course, get out of jail, but she was really ready to start her life and do good things. And there was something about her that touched my heart and really made me want to help her.
Whenever I first found out that I was going to be released into the House of Hope, I was super excited. I'd been in jail for 4.5 months, and I felt like everything was just falling apart. No more than it could fall apart than it had already fallen apart in my life. I was looking forward to changing my life and getting myself together because I'd never had the help I needed before to get that done because I grew up in a family of addiction. So I never had proper guidance to have a foundation for a good life, and I was hoping I could find it at the house. When I first pulled up to the training center, it was difficult to walk in shackles. It was very difficult. But I was relieved because I finally wasn't in jail anymore, and I felt that I was coming somewhere where I wasn't back on the streets because I'm used to leaving and going right back to the same streets. And here's this place that's going to provide me the comfort and stability I needed to get myself together. I was looking forward to everything that I had been told and promised, about how I could get my life together, get a job, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything until I was able to take care of myself. And I've never had that before. I've never had people fight for me before. Like these people were promising to fight for me. And I knew they were fighting for me because it was hard, trust me, to get there.
So it didn't take long to realize that Sabrina loved Jesus, and she loved to sing, and she just really wanted to be with us. And she was glad that she was in the Tiftaria House of Hope. And she wanted a job, she needed a job, and so she began to look for that. And she was tenacious, and she found one right away, and she began to work.
When Sabrina came to the house, she was so eager, very eager to help in anything we needed her to do. She was just willing to do whatever it took if somebody needed some help with Bible study or if somebody needed some help with taking out the trash or just anything. She was always very, very eager and just a humble person.
I feel like committing myself to the program helped me build my relationship back with Christ. Because in all my addiction, of course I still was a God-fearing person, but I had lost that foundary relationship right there, that acceptance that God gives you that no one else can. When you feel like you're thrown away in the trash, here comes God walking by the trash can. He's like, who put that there? Like, I'm going to take that out of there, and I'm going to make it usable again. I'm going to give it purpose again. It might not be perfect the way it was when it first came here, but it's going to have a purpose with me. And I felt like I was that broken thing. And of all the people to walk by that trash can and pick me up, it was God. And being in the house helped me build that relationship back with him that I had lost and shattered over the years of addiction.
I got a message one day that Sabrina was in trouble. She was going to be arrested, and she was going to have to go back to court. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what to pray for, but we knew that we needed to pray, and so we just called on everyone to just stop and pray for Sabrina, for her protection, for her wisdom, and for God's will to prevail in her life.
She had been there about a week and getting settled in, and then she was arrested. They came to the house and arrested her and put her right back in shackles and chains and took her to Cook County. The whole house was devastated. We didn't know what to think, but I was in touch with the judge and the lawyer that was representing her, and we made sure that we got her out there as soon as we could. they were really and truly wanting to give her 20 years in prison. I mean, it was a little scary situation, but she stayed happy and stayed, focused on what she needed to do, and she never blamed anything on anyone else. She always took responsibility for what she had done wrong, and that was really impressive. I thought a lot of her, so we fought for her, and we got her back to the house.
Through the CR program and through the House of Hope, there were people who came to fight for me in court. They were trying to give me 20 years in prison for my probationary time. They were going to revocate me in full. But seeing all the people who were there and seeing how well I've been doing, the judge decided to give me one more chance. My first week out of jail, out of Cook County, talking about being scared straight. Anyways, though, I had a job because I had obligations I had promised people. And honestly, there's not a day I don't walk into my home and I don't see everything everyone's done for me and how hard everyone's fought for me. Not a single thing in my home is mine. Everything was donated. And I have all these scriptures hanging up on my wall. So just walking in the door is my steady reminder of these people that fight for me, these people who are there for me, these people who believe in me. And it makes me believe in myself. It makes me know that I can do this. And that there's a lot of people who have sacrificed and fought for me to be able to do this. So why can't I do the same for them?
When it got time for Sabrina to leave the house, I put on Facebook, that she was graduating our program and that she needed some help. Well, actually, she had nothing at all for her house. So I put something on Facebook, and I could not believe the outpour of help. And I'm not going to mention names of who helped because they asked me not to, but they know who they are. Well, they wound up getting her whole house furnished and bringing it to her house and then unloading it. So we had her house completely furnished before she got home from work that day. And so I was thankful for that for sure. We do have a lot of key people that help us out a lot with the ladies, and I couldn't do it without them.
I was so used to being in jail, and being in jail, you have mindsets. There's in here and out there mindsets. That's what they'll tell you. While you're in here, don't worry about what's out there because there's nothing you can do about what's out there. You can only affect what's in here. So being back out there, to touch the grass, to feel the wind, to see the sunrise and set, those are gifts that we overlook so often in our daily lives because we're just like, oh, it's another day. You don't realize how much you miss these things until they're taken away from you. Like literally. First thing I did when I got to the house was sit outside. The next morning was watch the sunrise. Go stand in the moonlight. Look at all the stars. Because in jail, you don't get those things, And just having that freedom to just, and the comfort of knowing that no one's going to let me fall this time. Like, I don't have to worry about going back into addiction because I'm not faced with addiction. And I honestly believe today, because of the House of Hope, because of the way they helped me build my relationship with Christ, because of the strength that they gave me that I didn't have before, and the belief they put in me, I don't see myself ever going back to addiction. I don't see myself ever losing everything I've fought to gain. And it's all because the House of Hope gave me the belief in myself, and it gave me back my relationship with God, and He keeps me steadfast in everything I do in life. There's not a day I don't go home and I don't read my Bible. If I'm exhausted from working all day, I make sure to come home and read my Bible. If I do nothing else that day but pop a pot pie in a microwave, I still pick up that Bible. And the House of Hope got me started doing that.
I am looking forward to hearing more about Sabrina's story. I know that God can use her to help others. I know that she's going to encourage others with her story, and I know that it's one of hope and restoration, and I am looking forward to it. I am so thankful that the Tift Area House of Hope got to be a part of Sabrina's story, even for this short time.
I see Sabrina doing big things. She's got a great job. They're offering her a manager's position. I mean, she has done way better than anyone else thought. But I had seen something in her from the beginning. She told me one day we were picking up pecans, and she said, "Miss Donnie, you didn't even know me, and why did you fight for me, and I just had a feeling that she was going to be somebody that was going to be important to the House of Hope too, that she would be able to tell her story one day." And that's what we're doing now. I think Sabrina is a wonderful person, and she focuses on God, and she's just somebody that helps. She'd get the shirt off her back for someone else. I see her succeeding in life and becoming exactly what God plans for her.
There's no words I can say to the House of Hope for the way they've changed my life and saved me from where I was. The person I was before is not a person I ever want to be again, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without their help and their guidance and their love. So when I tell you the House of Hope has been wonderful for me, that would just be shortening it out. They've been more than wonderful. They've changed my whole existence.